All right. So then night 2, which was
Welcome.
yeah.
Welcome to night 2.
Yeah, night 2 of SummerSlam was also quite fun, and also kicked off with a phenomenal match. Like I kind of figured when they separated the matches into, or when they told us, because I thought this might actually headline night 1 just because of how big Rhea and Io are, but it makes a lot of sense the way they did it, and this match was a ton of fun.
Yeah, before we get going to these matches, we talked about this on our pre-show. No, I don't think anyone ever picked up on what we were saying. This is Gimmick Day.
Right, yeah.
This was all gimmick matches and way too many of them that could have been easily
Super Gimmick Sunday. No,
it was ridiculous.
There were 6 matches on Sunday. The only one that was a singles match with no gimmick was Dominic versus AJ, because this match didn't have a gimmick essentially, but it was a triple threat. So it's a gimmick. It's a gimmick. It's a gimmick in itself. But I mean, like, you know, the other ones had Steel Cage and TLC, and what was no disqualification, no count out, and
that TLC. The TLC match in our night here should have been easily moved to Saturday. That would have made Saturday so much better.
Yeah, I saw somebody post on X where they were like, "What was this? The Extreme Rules card?" And they forgot to they moved it to SummerSlam because it was a lot of gimmicks. Now
we talked about this in the pre-show. No one paid attention to what we said. We said this was coming.
Yeah, it was AEW on WWE TV is what it kind of felt like at certain points. I mean, it was still fun. There was definitely enjoyment to it, but there's a couple points, as we'll get into, that were a little bit too much on some of it. But I enjoyed this match. I really did. I thought it was great. I thought it was fun how they had the Io and Rhea kind of teaming up at different points and then going against each other. But like we thought, Naomi was going to retain. I wasn't sure how it was going to happen or what she was going to do, but it made sense where Rhea hits the super riptide, so she's going for a pin, but also just went off the top rope herself, and Naomi kicked her off and got the pin for herself. This match also, too, if you can kind of see it in this picture, sponsored by Drumstick. There was Drumstick.
Great sponsor, by the way.
Yeah, especially for being at 3:00 in the afternoon on a Sunday here in Phoenix. I was like, fuck, I do want some ice cream. You got a point. They know me so well. I don't have many food vices in my life. Ice cream. My wife knows that it's one of the things I will always have is lots of ice cream.
So how did Naomi win? By what means? By what means? By what means?
Rhea did the super riptide off the top rope, and then Naomi pushed Rhea off into the super roll up. Is what I thought.
Like a what? Like a what? Like a heel would do,
right?
Yeah,
the heel. Yeah, exactly. Like it was a heel way to win. Yes. No, Naomi before this heel turn, it was kind of like, good to see your back, but she was just, part of the show. She was almost just like furniture, part of the set dressing. This heel turn has been amazing. She's been awesome. The stuff that she did on did you see the SummerSlam kickoff show they did on Friday where she came out on she's got the luggage that's also a scooter?
Yeah, I did see that.
She rides around on that. Oh, yes. She's hilarious, man.
I'm trying to think in my head real quick, and it's not going to happen. So I've never seen a talent take a switch and take the role of the heel like she has done. She does everything perfect as a heel would do. Like we talked about with Roxanne.
Yeah.
She'll rake the back. She'll poke the eyes. She'll pull the hair. She does all the little things that I like. Even at one time we talked about during SmackDown, like when she saw Rhea come out from the music played, she stopped for a second
and then kept punching. Yeah.
Yes.
And even the stuff, I forget how she did it, but she shut down the what chant better than almost anybody. Yeah. I forget what she said, but she said something real quick.
What she said, I get it.
I forget what it was, but she said something, and they all was like, and she shut them the F up. And it's like, damn, okay, she's got this.
And she's selling merch too. It's amazing. Yeah. I see a lot of caution signs in the crowd.
You do, and you see a lot of people like it's getting over with people. It's working, but she's smart enough to know, like, because I've seen some videos and different things on like Instagram or whatever, where she's still healing it up in front of the. When the crowd's there asking for autographs, walking in, she's driving by on her little scooter luggage, like, nope, F you. You didn't root for me. Screw you.
Right. Right. Where were you when I needed you? Exactly.
Yeah.
What a heel.
It's great. Yeah. No, she's awesome.
Refreshing.
Yeah, no, it's great. And I know a lot of people were saying, like, before this happened, I was like, oh, well, I hear she wants to have a family. So bye, Naomi, is what people were. And it's like, oh, no, shit.
Let her run with this. When she wants to go.
Right. And if like, and I feel like if I was her, and if that is what she wants to do, this is like a perfect way to go off into the sunset, like have a great title heel run. And at this point, it's like, I wouldn't be surprised if she leads in through, maybe at Rumble or Limitation, Mania, but I can see her going through. Yeah, that's Mania was where I was thinking, like, she's earned it.
Go to Mania, and that's also do your thing and then go out there.
I feel like it's also one of those things of where, obviously she left with Sasha / Mercedes, whatever you want to call her back then. And then, she did her TNA stuff and then she came back and people were saying how, I'm not sure if she has heat, but she was going to lose a little bit and have to have like a cautionish probationary period. That's the phrase I was looking for. She got through that with flying colors and clearly passed because they've strapped the rocket to her, and it's great to see. But I really enjoyed this match.
I don't normally do this, but I'll compare her to Mercedes right now.
Yeah,
she's better as a champion.
Yes.
And Mercedes is a real good in-ring worker, but she doesn't work like a baby face or a heel. She just works as a wrestler.
Right. I was gonna say, and Mercedes is good. The better Mercedes opponent is, the better Mercedes looks. I feel like with Naomi doing this, especially with the heel work, like you said, she does the little things in the match that makes it just work and click. In any time you see a different wrestling documentaries or different things with wrestlers, one of the phrases you hear a lot of is less is more. She's the epitome of that. She doesn't have to do too much to make it work, and she's getting over. No, I gave this match a 3 because I thought it started off the show hot and great, and I thought I had super fun with it. And honestly, like part of that is just Rhea's pop. Like I forget who I said this to earlier, but I was saying how in the 80s it was the Road Warrior pop.
You said it last night on the Spaces.
Oh, I did on Spaces. That's where it was. Yeah, 80s was the Road Warrior pop. 90s was the Austin pop. The 2020s it's the Rhea Ripley pop. Like it is so loud when her music hits.
Yeah,
just everybody turns it. Wow, everybody. It's great.
Before we move on, we totally forgot the Naomi entrance was freaking awesome. With her dad playing guitar. Yeah, we forgot about that.
Thank you. As many people know this about me, I lost my father when I was 26 years old, and he was my best friend. I did not have a best man at my wedding because he was still my best man. That's important. My father was to me growing up and who he was to me. To have her father out there playing guitar on the way to the ring for her, and then she posted the picture with them in like a professional picture afterwards. Like, it's taking a lot for me not to cry right now because of how awesome that was. I was clapping. Like,
playing good guitar too, by the way. He was good.
Great.
Yeah.
Like, he was shredding. Yeah. No, that's one of those things where
really good.
That's the kind of stuff that Triple H, I feel like, does better than anybody, where he incorporates what's important to these people. Like with Bianca, when she had the girls doing the double Dutch in her entrance at Mania and stuff, you know what I mean? Like, he just gets it to a point where whether you like his booking or not or whatever, like the talent will literally run through a wall for the guy because he does stuff like that for him. I'm so glad you mentioned that. I had my notes over there, and it was early in the show. It was a big show. There was a lot going on yesterday, but that was fucking awesome.
Yeah, I was like, I watched it and I'm like, what? Who is this? Yeah, and then waiting for somebody to tell me what it was first. Then I'm like, all right, now I got it.
No, that was awesome. It was fantastic. That was
I gave this a 3.
Yeah, I gave it a 3 as well. They gave me a 3 to kick off the show, and I thought it was a lot of fun. And great for all 3 ladies involved for sure. The TLC match was next. As you said, there was too many teams for sure. Just the entries alone, I feel like took forever. Good Lord. It was fun. Like, there was going to be a lot of spots, but this was definitely going to be the most AEW match of the night. It was. There's no two ways about it, but it was fun. There was
one thing that stood out to me. It was really, really pretty cool.
Which one?
When Rey Fenix got on the ropes and jumped over onto Andrade's shoulders.
Yeah,
and went for the tag championships up there. It was pretty cool. I'm like, too bad you're too short. But
right, I was just gonna say, it's when they.
I've never seen that before. It was one thing I'd never seen, so I was pretty happy with that.
Yeah, no, it was fun. Like, it definitely was a fun match. It had a lot of fun little moments, and you knew it would be, and you knew all of them were gonna bust their asses and try to steal the show. But it was also too like we said, too many teams. But I mean, who do you knock out?
A lot going on, yeah.
Yeah. You know, I mean, the only like, you know, I mean, with how the SmackDown divisions run, the teams deserve to be there, and it was fun. Like, and it didn't go. I honestly was happy it didn't go super long.
No, it didn't.
You know, it could have gone easily. Like again, if this was AEW, not to pick on them, but it would have been 35 minutes.
How long?
And
did
there would
go?
have been 10. There would have been 22 too many spots. But
this one went like 10, 15 minutes, right?
I've got it up here. 16 was the time.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah, and I thought it was fun for what it was. Yeah.
What they told him was probably 16 minutes. Just get it all in. That's
it.
You got 15. Maybe they went a minute over.
That's
they
probably
had 15 minutes.
I would say with 6 teams, that's probably pretty. You're probably dead on. And hey, going 1 minute over because they probably knew like we've got 20 if we need it. But yeah, tell them to go 15. But I thought it was done very well. There was fun spots. I figured the Wyatts were going to keep them just because Rowan got involved, which made the most sense.
Plus, they just got him.
Yeah, exactly. It just didn't make any sense to take him off of him now. Yeah, but you know, I mean. I like TLC matches to a point, but there's also like, you know, unfortunately, there's been just too much furniture and hardcore stuff done in the last decade to 2 decades, I guess. But I gave it a 2.5. There wasn't any spots where I was like, that's stupid. Like, what are you doing? You know,
Candace taking the shot was.
I forgot about that. So what's funny is I was in the kitchen getting a drink and I had to come running back in. I was like, what happened? See her down. I see the replay. Oh shit. Okay, yeah. Apparently she's fine though. But I also think that goes back to what we were talking about with her before of like, she's got to, if she wants to keep that job, like she's not going to be in the women's top division anymore with who they have in the roster. Her pivoting to a manager position who can still take bumps actually makes a lot of sense. So
yeah, that was.
Yeah, she's a hard worker and everybody, I don't think I've ever heard any talent ever say a bad word about her. And she's definitely always willing to do whatever and put in the work. So I will we'll give her credit on that and glad she's okay after the crazy ass bump.
I went
2.5 is where I went.
I went 2.25.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, and again, that's pretty standard of it. It wasn't anything, like I said, wasn't anything bad, wasn't anything special. But I was glad that no one came out, with anything too broken or whatever. The next match, which kind of similar to the third match in night 1, was the crowd killer. Like there was parts of the match that were good.
Too long.
Just went too goddamn long.
I'll give you the report from inside the stadium during this match.
Please.
Good start to it. The crowd was into it.
Yeah.
Midway through the match, the crowd started doing the wave.
I heard that.
Also,
I saw that somewhere.
Also, the crowd was leaving to go to the concession stand or the merch stands,
which makes sense. I mean, usually with 2 matches in, you usually,
it was like he even, where is it? He even there it is. He even texted me, said, I thought that night was over because people were leaving that quick. I'm like, okay. Yeah. That's interesting. But the wave was going during this.
Yeah, no, and I heard that. So what I heard I don't know if it was in a chat that I saw that or just somewhere on X where people were saying how there was a group trying to start the wave and they kept trying to start it. And like one of the ways they were sending it was always stopping it. And so they were like chanting back and forth of like, we are awesome. No, you're not. So have you heard that going back and forth? Yeah, I heard that. And yeah, I mean, this match, like we've talked about, like Lyra, she's talented and this feud has been fine. It's just, this match needed to be 10 minutes shorter. Like it went way too long. Yeah. They just kept doing stuff. I mean, they got Bayley involved, which was fine and made sense. And she cost Lyra, which was fine and made sense, but 25 minutes did not. This was too damn
exhausting.
Long. Yeah. And it really killed the crowd for a while. And I think, honestly, it affected the next match. Back to what we were talking about from night 1. I don't think the crowd was back into this one either until, I don't know if it was Dom or probably AJ Styles in the Eddie Guerrero lowrider that like got people back up because everybody loves Eddie Guerrero, but just, I don't know. This match.
I heard something last night and I'll give her credit. Lufisto was on a show on Soup. She was on Soup.
I was just going to say probably on Soup from what I've seen.
And what she said was, and I 100% agree, is someone in the back should have realized what was going on in the stadium, signaled the referee to tell him to cut it at 15, send him home, and stop doing what you're doing to each other for no reason. Just end this match, because there was so much unnecessary stuff. Like,
yeah,
the twist ties was stupid.
The crowbar? Did we need a fucking crowbar?
Yeah.
Like
they were doing.
Don't
they
bring
were
a kendo
doing.
stick to a crowbar
They
fight.
were.
Like, come on.
They're doing stuff to their bodies that they didn't need to do, because the crowd didn't.
And it wasn't getting
the
crowd over, and it wasn't gonna get the crowd over. It didn't seem.
No.
You know,
she's right. They should have stopped it.
Yeah, no, you're right. Like, what they should have done was like send Bailey out sooner and have her come in with the word like, we're going home now, because obviously you had to get her involved. Get it involved right as soon as possible, and then send them home, because it affected not only the crowd, but
it took a while.
It did. It really did. It slowed, and that's why I felt like both nights bookended very well, but the middles had issues, and both nights it was that third match really slowed shit down. And
both nights they usually could have been fixed, Jake.
Yeah, definitely. Right. Very simply. Yeah. Just shorten it on this. Yeah.
Shorten this one, make cross win the other one. Nothing.
Yeah, exactly right there. Shorten this one, cross wins. Everybody's happy. Nobody's bitching. I mean, yeah, I didn't give this match like a bad rating, but I mean, I went 2. I mean, actually, no, I went 1.75. I had 2. I crossed it out because I'm going under a 2 on this, and because it went too long.
Yeah, I had 1.5.
Yeah. You know, honestly, you know what? You're right. I'm trying to be nice. So try not to feel like a misogynist, but you're right. No, this is a 1.5 match because it went too long. Got to treat it like we would treat an AEW match that went too damn long. They lost first off, they barely had the crowd. And if they'd had them, they lost them completely by going, 12 minutes too long. So,
and that's a zip tie thing. Oh, the other thing I wanted to mention to you, the use of several things in different matches, like back to back, like the twist ties here, then handcuffs. When you have all the
gimmicks in one fucking match in one night, but spread out the gimmicks.
I don't understand where the communication went for this weekend.
Yeah, and I feel like
usually you always hear the stories like they all get together and they say, "Well, we have zip ties in this match. Well, we have handcuffs in this match. Well, don't use your zip tie in this match because we have handcuffs over here."
I wonder.
It seems like none of that happened.
So here's my thinking. When you say that, what comes to my thoughts is maybe at these big ass shows like this or Mania or some other things, TKO is just too damn involved. There's you've got the suits there, you got the executives backstage and taking people.
WrestleMania didn't have this problem.
WrestleMania had some issues. I mean, the Travis Scott,
but not using the same shit constantly back to back.
Yeah. No, you're right. I feel like maybe, I don't know, there's some sort of disconnect with it where you just certain things didn't click within it. Now, it wasn't every match. It was more matches than didn't were good, but the matches that brought the show down brought the show the fuck down. I mean, this match, I mean, it took a while for the crowd to get even into the Solo versus Jacob match.
Oh, these were back to back?
Yeah.
Oh, they used zip ties and handcuffs back to back. I forgot.
Yeah. No, they absolutely did. No, it was back to fucking back. I'm telling you, both nights, matches 3 and 4. There were 6 matches each night. Matches 1 and 2 and 5 and 6 were pretty damn good to great. Matches 3 and 4 both nights were the shits at different points because everything. And because for night 1, it was because the matches just weren't the best of matches. For this one, it was because you did things back to back. You can't have back to back zip ties. I was surprised they didn't break out the same crowbar from fucking the ladies match into this one.
This was the most disappointing cage match I've ever seen.
I don't know about that. I'm sure there's probably other ones.
It was.
I'm sure there's probably other cage matches I can think of, but I get you. No, I get you.
No, it was bad.
I try not to be hyperbolic, but it could have been. But there were some parts of it that were fun. Like I grabbed this shot of, I thought this was a great picture of Fatu flying through the air at the JC Mateo.
Yeah, this is after he lost.
But right, exactly. I was just gonna say, but this is after the goddamn match. Yeah, because then you had Solo won. They were outside the ring. I mean, Solo needed to win. It was fine. Jacob doesn't need the title. You knew the Tongans were going to get involved. It was just, I don't know. It just didn't really click. It was just kind of like
the main star. The main star of the match is the cage, and they never used it.
Yeah, it was one of the things of like, why was they didn't really need the cage.
They didn't use the cage at all.
Well,
you got handcuffed. You got handcuffed. Big deal. He jumped off at the end after he lost. Who cares?
Fatu got the door kicked into his head. you know, like
there
Kerry
we go.
Von Erich and the Freebirds back in
So
the
we
day.
got
But
one.
that's about it though. Like, you know what I mean? That was the most the cage was involved. Yeah, no,
That's why I was disappointed, because you got the cage, use it. Take his face, rub it in their cage, like all the old school shit.
Yeah, throw him into it, do that kind of stuff. It just didn't quite. Yeah, no, it was.
Yeah, I just said too.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I had as too.
And it was lower.
Yeah, I mean, it was fine for what it was, but I mean, like I said, this picture is great. Fatu is awesome. Fatu is over. People love themselves from Jacob Fatu, and that's awesome. As someone who's named Jacob, I'm happy to see that.
This does not help though.
No, but I thought the next match, Dominic versus AJ Styles, might have been the most fun I had all weekend. I don't think it was the best match of the weekend, but it was a lot of damn fun. It might have been. You know, it was a lot of fun. You know, Dominic has really, really figured this whole thing out, and it's great to see because, you know, as we've talked about before, it looked like he was gonna, you know, it looked like he would have been serving chicken tendies at this point now if he hadn't turned heel, as opposed to being the Wingstop chicken tendy king that he is. So good for him. Also, too, shout out to this match. It took me a little while to find this picture because I couldn't remember where I saw it yesterday. All of the Eddie tributes. As someone who is a massive Eddie Guerrero mark, like if you gave me my top 4, like my Mount Rushmore of just wrestlers, in-ring workers, Eddie always makes that list because I just loved Eddie that's why we watched him in the last classic match review. He was fantastic. And, you know, AJ loved, you know, being able to pay the tribute and the lowrider and the gear.
I hope AJ doesn't lose them tights. Those tights were fired. Those are so good.
I hope they make a figure with those tights, honestly. You know what I mean? I know, you know, sometimes they make figures based on certain events and certain shows. Yeah. No, you said that off air, and I was like, damn it, you're right. Those are fucking. And I looked at him again in that picture. I'm like, shit, yeah, those are really nice. And, you know, AJ's one of those guys that just always has it. And I think it's great for Dominic to work with him. You know, that's never a bad thing for him. The more he can work with AJ, the better off he can be. Also, it's a good win for Dominic. He's got, you know, hey, I beat AJ Styles under my belt, but you know, it was AJ did great, put him over well. You know, the match wasn't too long. I think it was like just under 12 minutes. I think it was like 11, 12 minutes, something like that. But it was a lot of fun. Dominic got the win, as he should. I just love seeing how great this kid has become from being pretty much one of the, or if not the most boring babyface possible, teaming with his dad, to now being the biggest heel ever, and we all love watching him go. So it's great to see. But
I really enjoyed this a lot too.
Yeah,
what's
up?
I said this was a lot of fun. I didn't think AJ was gonna win, but
yeah,
he did. The whole purpose of this is just giving down the experience of working with AJ Styles. I mean,
right. And then the Eddie tributes were the fun way to help accentuate that.
No, they built it up nice too. Like I told you during yesterday's show, him dressing as a janitor and all the stuff he was doing with the glasses on.
The glass.
I gave this a solid 3, which is unusual.
I gave it a 3.25. I went up on it just a little bit because I wanted it to be I had it ranked as my match of the night, match of the weekend, just because I had so much fun watching it. And, you know, like we said, like, it's cool to see, like, with guys like Dom and Breaker, the future's pretty bright with a lot of these young talents. There's a lot of folks coming in they're going to be great. And Dominic is just so much fun to watch as now this great, awesome heel. So good for him. Glad he went over. The main event was John Cena going to come back actually as a real babyface and not just a BS babyface? That was the question. This was fun. Cody's entrance, another one that was great, a great tribute to the fathers. You know, like you hear Dusty's, that was cool. I thought they had that stage was very cool with the way they had the panels, where they had like 3 or 4 panels there, and they could put different words, like they had, you know, and new champion for different people, and then they had Dusty's words going up there, and the black and gold lettering with the polka. Yeah, that's again, father and son stuff. Father, daughter said that it'll always hit me in my feels. And
I'm surprised they didn't pick Hard Times.
I'm not surprised they didn't, just because I feel like Hard Times is almost too played out. Well, and it's Hard Times is in his music. Like my father said when I was younger, hard times breed better men. Like, you know, I thought it was cool to do like a different, like something different within it, because it took me a second when it first started. Like, wait, what? oh shit, that's Dusty. Yeah, no, that was good though. This was the street fight. This was, the John Cena was back as babyface John Cena. He ran down to the ring. He was way more interacting with the fans. He was, doing more of the babyface type moves. But then
shaking hands with the kids was the topper. Once he started doing that, I'm like, okay, here we go.
You wonder if that kid in Belgium is like, oh man, what the hell?
He's living fine.
Yeah, no, I'm sure that kid probably has tickets to like the next 5 WWE shows in his home area after that. But no, it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed the match. There was points. There was a couple of points where the match lost a couple of things with me, where there was a few too many kickouts of like super finishers, which I got like when it happened, when Cena kicked out of the cross, like people started chanting Super Cena, that was cool because that was kind of funny. But because Cody won and was able to pull off the actual victory at the end of it, it worked for me. If Cena had like Super Cena'd out and beaten Cody, that kind of would have been like, well, what the fuck's going to happen? Like we talked about, like Cody had nothing left if he lost this match. He needed to win. He needed to
it was the blow off. So I accepted everything because it was a blow off.
Me too. I was with you. Yeah, that was it. There was parts of it where I was kind of like, but I was with. I understood with it what it was. Plus, this is like that passing of the torch in the sense of super babyface. This is what we should have gotten at WrestleMania if The Rock didn't get involved.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like if The Rock and Travis Scott didn't get involved, this is what we should have gotten there. But
I also like the fact that Cody actually used a weapon.
Yes.
Because of all the shit that
he learned. You're right. Which does come off of the WrestleMania because he didn't. He hesitated at Mania. But I thought this moment was cool.
One of the best one of the best parts of this was when Cena took him to the entrance where he comes up out of Cody's entrance, and they came up out of it, which was funny. Yeah. He had a good look on his face. So I like that a lot.
I saw people saying like John Cena couldn't go one last run without another killer meme. Yeah, that was great where they came out through like the Cody
really cool. Then he just threw him on the friggin' carpeting. I'm like, God,
oof, yeah,
lost him. Rope burn.
Cody is willing to take bumps, man. He is not afraid to take some serious bumps. No, that was cool. That was a lot of fun. I think this moment was cool where like they actually had the passing of the torch moment where Cena gave Cody what he should have. So, but then Cody leaves. I thought it was great too, where Cody leaves the ring and they say it like even Cole says, like it's a sign of respect to have Cena have this moment with the fans. Yeah, it's great. It's awesome. And then
the credits came up.
The
credits came up before this though.
They did. Yeah, you're right. Yes. They did. And then
I was ready to type. I was ready to type in you. 15 minutes. You ready to go?
Yeah. No, I had my phone open. And then all of a sudden, like I had my phone open, and then I hear, dun, 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 and I dropped my phone. I was like, oh shit. I did not. No one. I mean, some people expected it, I guess. I think a lot of people have been saying, oh yeah, Brock's gonna come back at this show, at that show, at this show, at that show. That I was figuring he was actually retired. I didn't think he was actually gonna come back. But this makes so much sense. Like, tell me, are you not excited for another Brock Lesnar John Cena match?
Yeah, like, I'm not gonna roast the Sheets for saying that Lesnar was retired. That's kind of cheap because we all thought the same thing, like it or not.
I thought I just assumed from the pictures that we'd seen of him where he was like happy on his farm or like at family, like with his daughter's college events or whatever. It just seemed like
I think taking a shot at the dirt sheet for saying that Lesnar was retired is kind of low hanging fruit. So I wouldn't.
Yeah, I get you. No, I get you.
I'll give him that one.
Right. No, I just assumed
I thought he was retired.
Yeah, it seemed from like his he didn't have a desire to come back with it because he done everything he wanted to. But I'm like, which was information that I didn't know, but you told me off air, was that when the whole thing happened with the Vince lawsuit, Brock's contract was just frozen as it was. So he still has, I don't know, however much time left on it from when they unfroze it recently. So it'll be fun. It's going to be cool to see. I'll be interested to see what they do with Brock and Cena and having matches there. I feel like anybody who bought tickets to a WWE show coming up in August is probably pretty pumped on the off chance that Brock might show up on your show. Like, that's pretty cool.
Might show up tonight.
Right. Oh, yeah. It's either got to be tonight or it's SmackDown on Friday. He's got to show up on one of them.
Well, he's not going to stay in New York that long. It'll be tonight.
That's a valid
No, I'm serious.
point.
He ain't going to stay that long.
I just laughed because you're right. No, you're absolutely right. That is 100% valid. That, yeah, no, he will. He'll probably lead off the show, kick it off.
Oh, yeah. Right. We won't see Seth first, maybe.
We might not. Like, Brock will, yeah. I mean, but also I wouldn't be surprised if they just like pay him, we'll fly you first class back to Saskatchewan and fly you down to wherever we are on Friday if they wanted to have it, whatever they want, because I feel, they'll make it work. But this was highly unexpected. I thought it was also a great way for us to roll into our spaces yesterday for thinking like I was hyped and in a good mood, but I was ready to rock and roll to start that. I'm like, well, shit, we got shit to talk about now. All right.
Yeah, change up things nicely.
Yeah, no, and I thought that was a really cool thing for both nights where they had the matches. You got great matches in both main events, and then you had something happen afterwards. Seth with this cash in and Brock coming back and murking John Cena. So
they almost had me though. They almost had me because the first night they didn't put the credits up when Seth came up. Then this night they threw the credits up, and I saw it. I'm like, I should text Jake.
And I just wasn't. I was totally. I was
okay. They're gonna do this, aren't they? Okay, there we go.
I was with you in the set. Like I had figured that was it when they were like, oh yeah, Cody's leaving to have Cena, and I was like, oh yeah, Cena celebrates now. He's a baby face, and then we'll move on for the. And like I said, like as I was thinking that this.
You think I'd learn better with the credit thing by now, but I'm still a sucker.
Well, I mean, they run them at the end of every show, and most of the time it's right. But
I still get suckered into it. I do.
Yeah,
I do.
No, and every time I get suckered into it, I'm so freaking happy. It's just like the Punk one at Survivor Series. Where
this was my highest rated match of the whole weekend. I had 3 1/4.
Okay, I went 3 on this one because I did the IC match as my 3 1/4 one, but I thought it was a great, strong finish to the weekend. They really hammered it home, and I think that's why for night 2 I gave it I probably gave it a B+ to give the whole weekend a solid B-. I feel like is probably where I'm at.
Right. I like Cena worked his ass off for this match.
He did. I gotta give credit. Yeah,
Cody, and he did not. Because I was watching, he did not call out his moves.
I was just going to say that. We didn't hear nearly as much of that.
He was 100% into this thing. It was awesome to see. He went full in, didn't call moves, didn't lazy take it, did everything possible he can do.
Yeah,
at his age and his body condition. I was impressed. That's why I went 3 1/4 with it. And I was
that makes sense. Yeah, no, and now it's going to be fun. It'll be fun and interesting to see what they do with him for the rest of the time that he's got. But now we know what the next feud is with Brock, which sets it up perfectly because then Cody can go off to whatever they want to do with him in the title. Maybe like we were talking about before with Randy Orton, maybe he has a feud with Logan Paul because maybe Drew challenges for the title. Drew would be a great challenger for the title with Cody. So, but you never know. Either way, though, I'm excited for what they're going to run moving forward. We're tonight with Monday Night Raw.
We'll start seeing tonight,
tonight with Raw, and then SmackDown on Friday, and then the Clash in Paris show, I believe, is at the end of August, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it's that.
That's
Saturday, August 30th. Yeah, so it's a month from, or 3 weeks from 3 weeks from this Saturday coming up. So they've got to build it up fast and rock into it, but. Yeah, no, I'm excited to see where they go and move forward with it. But yeah, that's our review of SummerSlam, I believe. Unless you got anything else to add to it, that was a lot of fun. I was thoroughly sports entertained the entire weekend. I know some people are trying to skew negative with it for whatever reasons or not wanting to enjoy the show, but I went in wanting to have a good time, and for the most part, minus matches 3 and 4 on each night, I had a great time. So I'll take that as a
I didn't mind the weekend. There were some things that bothered me, but it's not the best SummerSlam I've seen.
No.
It's not probably in the top 10, not even close, but it was fun. I mean, I enjoyed it, but it was what it was.
For the first 2 night SummerSlam, it worked. I thought it worked well, like pretty well within it. Neither,
That's
wasn't
the other
like
thing. They have to learn how to do a 2-night SummerSlam, so they should know from WrestleMania. But yeah, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. No, for sure. And I thought overall it wasn't like they went 4 hours each night or anything. Like, I thought it went, but it worked well enough.
It was over quick. It was over before 9 o'clock my time, which was awesome.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I for both nights, when all of a sudden, not during the main event, but the match before, it's like, oh shit, it's this. And then and then we're done. And then obviously both shows had stuff afterwards, but no, I had a lot of fun. I enjoyed both shows. I want to see Triple H's stuff from the after show. So I'm going to watch that now after this while I edit this up and get this video posted for us. So.
Yeah, the funny thing is watching him try to ignore the "we want cross" chants. Just for a spoiler for you, you'll enjoy that.
It. All right, I'll keep an ear out for that. Interesting. All right, well, thanks everybody for listening. Please make sure you like, share, subscribe if you haven't. I like everybody listening to us, just throw us a little subscribe. It's absolutely free. You just click the one little button. You don't need to set up the notifications or anything. Just the more subscribers helps us out. So we really appreciate it. But yeah, thanks everybody for listening, and we will catch you next time. Peace, everybody.